Imagine you're watching this video right now, and suddenly, at this very moment, all the oxygen disappears from planet Earth. Not for a minute, not even for 10 seconds, but for just 5 seconds. 5 seconds seems so short, you might think nothing will happen during that time. But the truth is, those few seconds could be enough to change the entire world. Oxygen isn't just a gas we breathe and live by. It's an essential element involved in almost every aspect of our lives. It's in the air, in the water, in the rocks, and even inside every single cell in your body. Its presence is what allows energy to be produced within our bodies, what keeps fires burning, engines running, and life continuing. So when it disappears, even for just a few seconds, the impact won't be as minor as you might imagine. In the first moment the oxygen disappears, you'll try to take a breath, but nothing will enter your lungs. Suddenly, the air you're used to will become unbreathable. You'll feel a strange tightness in your chest, as if the whole world has decided to hold its breath at the same time. However, you won't die instantly, as the human body can survive for a few seconds without oxygen, but the sensation of suffocation will be sharp and sudden. At the same moment, you won't be the only one affected. The entire world will change instantly. Every combustion engine will shut down. Cars on the streets will suddenly lose power, planes in the sky will lose thrust, and factories will fall completely silent. Imagine an entire city, which just moments before was bustling with activity and noise, suddenly transformed into a heavy and terrifying silence. After the first second, chaos begins. Planes that were flying steadily begin to descend uncontrollably. On the roads, drivers lose control and collisions occur in multiple locations. People look around in bewilderment, unable to comprehend what is happening, but their bodies begin to send clear warning signals. But the disaster doesn't end with breathing or engines stopping. Oxygen plays a vital role in protecting the Earth. It is an essential component of the ozone layer, which absorbs a large percentage of the ultraviolet radiation coming from the sun. When it disappears, even temporarily, this radiation will reach the Earth's surface with greater intensity. You might not fully notice it for a few seconds, but the effect begins immediately, as if the protective layer enveloping the planet has momentarily vanished. It becomes even more serious when we realize that oxygen isn't just in the air. It makes up a significant portion of the Earth's crust. It's bound to minerals and rocks everywhere around us. Its sudden disappearance, even for a very short time, can cause subtle changes in the structure of these materials. You might not see the ground cracking right in front of you, but at a microscopic level, real changes are occurring that could have lasting effects. At the same time, something else equally dangerous will happen. Atmospheric pressure will change abruptly. The air around you contains a high percentage of oxygen, and when it disappears, the pressure will drop rapidly and partially. This change can affect your body. You might experience ear pain, and in some cases, it could even cause mild damage to your eardrums. Even water, under certain conditions, might begin to evaporate more quickly due to this sudden pressure change. Inside your body, the real battle begins silently. The cells that rely on oxygen for energy production suddenly stop functioning at their usual efficiency. The brain, the organ most sensitive to oxygen deprivation, begins to be affected within seconds. You might feel slightly dizzy or experience a temporary loss of focus, as if your consciousness itself is taking a step back. Then, before you can fully grasp what's happening, things suddenly return. After just 5 seconds, oxygen is back in. The air becomes breathable again, and you involuntarily take a deep breath, as if you've been underwater and finally surfaced. But even with the return of oxygen, the world won't be exactly the same. Planes that lost control may not be able to fully regain it. Accidents that started on the roads may have already occurred. Some systems suddenly shut down and need time to recover. People everywhere are trying to understand what happened, wondering, was this a glitch, an experiment, or simply an inexplicable cosmic accident? Just 5 seconds were enough to reveal just how fragile the world we live in is. Enough to remind us that our lives depend on things we don't see or think about in our everyday lives, but which, in reality, hold everything around us together. Now, imagine it wasn't just 5 seconds, but 30 seconds. Imagine the same scenario, but with more time, a deeper impact, and fewer chances of survival. Do you think humanity would have emerged unscathed? Or would those few seconds have been enough to end it all?